Hi everybody, it's Marnay. Welcome back to my farmhouse sewing room. For anybody that hasn't been here before, welcome. I have a really cool thing I want to share today. I've been working on these, I call them noteworthy composition book covers. I know there's a lot of videos out there, that do the same concept, but I thought I'd put my own little spin on things, and I really wanted to show you what I've been up to. So in the past years, I have made these before. These are just a couple of composition books that I've done. This one is in cats. Very plain, just notebook covers, I've had them in my craft fairs and I haven't sold them. I did the one in the cats. I actually have one in dogs with the cute little footprints, doggy flaps inside. Nothing fancy, they're just plain Jane. The yoga frog, if I can try to get my camera up here. He's really kind of cool. I framed him in. This was just leftover scraps from another project. And in the back, I did the little, yoga frogs, and then inside I did a little pocket that you could put little notepads or pens or whatever. But these are really fun. So I've been working on some of these for, like, my family have been here. My nieces were here today because I've been working on one for myself and they loved them, and I thought I could get some really creative ideas. So when I'm making my own, I had to put my own spin on things and make it Marnay. So what I did is I went through my scrap bin and I found all the things that were my favorite, like flowers or anything that represented who I am. So I want to give you a little peek of what I got going here and how I put it together. So I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to move my camera down so you can actually see what I've got going on here. So bear with me. I'm going to move you down, and hopefully I can show you what I've got here. What I've got here is a 10 3/4 high piece of fabric by 16 1/4 inch long. And I used a newspaper type fabric for my background. And I cut out all kinds of little scraps, pieces that I thought would represent me. Some little flowers that were on the edge of fabrics. I cut them out and I thought they would be really cool in the corners and on the edges of the fabric. I did a coffee cup because I am a huge coffee fan. A little Jeep because I'm a Jeep girl. A little New York license plate because I live in New York. I love to bake, so I did a little apron, a cupcake, a mixer, and a little pan. The apron says Cake Queen. And I did a sewing machine and an iron because this is my favorite place to be. And I had these little dresses and they were on a clothesline, but I really couldn't put the clothesline in on here. So I cut out the dresses and then I stitched in black thread a little wind-blowing clothesline. And even the little birds that were on the clothesline, I kind of put a couple of those in there. And then I had some goat fabric. This reminds me of my goat Gilbert. And I put some flowers around there, a saddle, and boots because I am a country girl and I'm an avid horseback rider, even though I don't have a horse right now. But I am a farmer's daughter and I wanted to incorporate a little barn and a cow. So this part of the book is the back side and this part will be the front. So, and I have batted the other side, and the batting, I've cut it in the same size as my outer fabric. I did a 10 3/4 by 16 1/4 batting. And each one of these appliques, I'd cut out a fabric and I ironed them onto some heat and bond, and then I intricately cut them out and adhered them to this fabric. And then I stitched each one down on my sewing machine so it's not going anywhere. So now, as you can see, this is going to come to life. This is going to be my notebook cover. And all of, these things on the front, and my little waving clothesline kind of stretches around to the back, and I wanted to fill the back side with some really cool things too. So that is the outside cover and the batting inside. Now the inside flaps are going to be done in a 9 inches, which they will be 9 inches. Wait a minute, I made this one a little bit bigger, I'm sorry. So I did this one a little bit more than 9 inches because I wanted a bigger flap because I had a pretty big pocket that I wanted to do on the inside. But normally these would be 9 inches across, and then they would be the 10 3/4 high, and then you would fold them in half. But this, since this is my front flap for my book, I wanted to make it a little bit wider because I want to be able to tuck some things in here as well as have a big pocket for pens or smaller notepads. And I put a schnauzer in there because I want to incorporate my schnauzer on my book because he is one of my favorite things. Actually, both of them are. This one looks more like Quincy. I didn't have anything that matched Derby. And I found this little thing on a piece of fabric that said Dog's Rule. And I had some leftover muddy paw prints for the pocket, which I thought was really cool. So the back flap is the right size in my directions. This would be a 9-inch wide by a 10 3/4 inch tall. And then you would fold it in half and iron it. And these are going to be my flaps for my book. And then in the middle, I really just needed a plain piece of fabric because this is kind of like the inner lining, which you won't see it once your book is in there. But this is 10 3/4 high, same as height of your notebook cover, by 14 inches long. And what I'm going to do is layer these together. See, I have everything all ready to sew together, but I wanted to show you what I was doing here. So I'm going to take my cover with the batting side down and the pretty side up. And I'm going to take my flap. This is going to be the back side, so I'm going to put it on the back side of my book. And I'm going to put raw edges to raw edges. And then the inner part of my book, which I made a little bit bigger, as you can see, and I have a pocket in it. That pocket is going to go face to face to the front of the cover. And then the raw edges will go to the raw edges. So I'm kind of just going to layer this all together. And then I have this piece of inner lining fabric, and this I'm going to lay right in the middle of my notebook, and it's not going to meet these edges because I'm going to turn this and flip it, but this will be the center of my book cover, but you won't see any of the raw edges or anything because they'll be tucked nice and neat inside. So what I'm going to do is I am going to clip this together, and I am going to sew it onto my Husqvarna Opal sewing machine. And if I can get you positioned over here, bear with me. I'm hanging in there. I'm going to let you see if I can get my machine in there. I think you can see that. So let me get some clips. And I'm going to clip this thing together. So, sorry, I'm not into view, and I feel like I'm cutting myself off. So we'll just adjust this a little bit so you can see me as I'm talking. I don't have the best camera equipment, so right now I'm just using my phone. But I really just wanted to share this quick and really cool project. I have a lot more things that I've been working on that I really like to share, but I feel like I've been all over the place. I just recently got engaged last weekend. I'm really excited. I got my ring, but I had to take it back and get it resized. So I'm waiting to get my ring back and hopefully show it off. So I had family over, and my sister's been here, my nieces have been here, and when everybody comes, we all seem to gravitate to this room, and everybody likes to get creative. So I've had an extra sewing machine set up on my back table for my sister and my two nieces, Lexi and Shelby, and I know you've seen them in some of my videos if you've been watching. I got Lexi. She's my favorite little niece to sew with. She's learning a lot, and we really have a lot of fun. So I've got my piece all sandwiched together. I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine, and I will flip it around, and I'll put it on my notebook, and I'll show you how fantabulous this is really going to look. I'll try to be quick. I'm going to lower my camera because I don't think you can see. So let me see. I'm going to move in my great camera equipment here. And I think with my flyaway here, we'll just see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to get this started. I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to sew it all the way around. And I'll take out my clips as I go. nothing will shift. Trying to get this thing, what did I do? I pushed the wrong button. Technical error. All right, needle down. And we'll just get started again. Oh, the life of a sewer. You get all these little glitches every now and then. And trying to make something perfect and show somebody what you're doing. It doesn't always go as planned. I do my best. This notebook is mine. And I have some really awesome little noteworthy stickers and things I got to put in. And these things are great for all kinds of stuff. Which I will soon explain. One more. I think it'll work, yes. I got a ladybug crawling across my table. Getting there. I think in my last sewing video, I don't know if anybody noticed, I have this new extension table that I ordered special for my opal machine, so I can really lay things out, and it makes it really nice. It's really big. These things are great to have. It helps a lot, especially for me being single-handed. I really love this machine. It works really great for me. This extension table is like a bonus. So, let's see, one more stitch. Alright, we'll swing it around. Oh, we're done. As I get okay, we'll stop. Okay, so I just sewed it all the way around, no stopping. I'm gonna trim the corners a little bit. I'm gonna back this up so I don't look like a dork, and hopefully you can see me. There, I think that's good. So I'm just gonna clip the corners off this a little bit so I can try to get nice sharp corners when I poke it through and slide my notebook in there. I'm really excited. I really like the way this turned out. And there's so much more to me than just the little things that I applicate on. But going through my scraps, this is a great way to pick apart some scraps that you, sorry, excuse me, you know, that you don't know what to do with, or they have really pretty prints on them, and you can kind of fussy cut them out and put them on something and really make it fun. These make great gifts too. Actually, when my little sister was here, we made a couple of these for gifts, and she just absolutely loved them. And I thought hers turned out really cool, and I'm like, oh, I should really put a spin on one and make one for myself. And so this is what I come up with. So this inner lining, I flipped this out first, and then you're going to see that I've got the flaps here now. So these, I'm just going to take these and flip them out, and then I'm going to poke the corners out. You can see these are really simple. And these are great for kids. My nieces, Lexi and Shelby, they're young. Lexi is 11, I think she's 11, and Shelby's 9. And Jim took them to the Dollar Tree today, and we picked up these awesome little sticker planners. You can get these for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and they have 369 pieces in them, and they have all kinds of little things, the cutesy stickers and little sayings. And I thought these are great to put on the pages of the composition books, and you can write notes in there, plans, ideas, I mean, whatever you want, you know. I mean, it's just fun for kids to doodle in, and, you know, and when they get them filled up, you got the cover, and you just throw a new notebook in there, and it really makes it great and fun. And besides, if you have a beginner sewer in your family or somebody you know, this is a great little beginner project. Actually, I made Shelby's for her today, but I let her sew at the sewing machine with me, so she could feel like she did something for herself and made it, even though I helped her with it. Hers was, she wanted like a recipe book, which I have one of these, come to think of it. When I very first made one of these, and this was years ago, I made one of these covers, and I did it in like a foodie type thing. And actually, I put all my meal plans. I used to work for an outfit in Kansas, and I would write all the meal plans in that little notebook, and I still have it. I plan my Christmas cookies and things in there, and do all that. So that one's pretty old. I should have brought it up and showed you, but I think you get the general idea how fun these things you can do with these. These would be great for like strips of fabric, which I have a whole tub of strips, you know, and I'm always looking to do something scrappy. This would be a great way you could coordinate colors. I'm poking out the corners right now, so bear with me. But just the things that you could do to make these your own, or just make them fun. They're great for craft fairs. You get the people with the idea to really put something together. So I've got a notebook over here, just a regular composition book. You get these at the Dollar Tree. I bought a couple more today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this into the flaps, and it should just fit nice and snugly, which it does. And I'm a little bit slower than most because I am single-handed, so everything's a struggle sometimes. I don't mind. It's just what I do. Even though it can be frustrating. So I probably should have pressed this, but I'm just going to try to put it together to see what it looks like, because I'm really excited to see it. I talked to my mom this morning, and I took a picture and showed her this, and she thought it was fabric. I was like, she's like, can you make me one? And I'm like, well, you can make one. I said, it's just all little pieces of stuff. Okay, so this would probably lay better if I pressed it, but I got it in, and this is what my book looks like. Junk journals, Noteworthy, I don't know, whatever, you know, I mean, they're just fun. So in my flaps, you can see I can stick a pack of stickers in there, pens in the little pockets, and you can write in these. Good for recipes, meal planning, ideas for sewing. You could make this would make an awesome sewing book, which I do have a little sewing machine on mine, but the ideas are endless. So let me know what you think. You can share your ideas, your pictures. I'm on Instagram. I know I don't get on there a lot, but I do check it. I am under Broken Wing Sewing Creator. So I feel it's a great way. I put a lot of stuff on Instagram so I can kind of share my projects and things. Life is busy, so I do my best to keep up, but I have a lot more things I'd love to show. But right now, I'm going to just call this is it for today. So let me know what you think, okay? Have a great day. Bye.